Sunday, June 2nd, 9:12 p.m. I got my OnePlus. I got this on T-Mobile Tuesdays. It's a pretty cool gift, right? Really? It's got a little bottle opener. It's a good, solid thing. Pretty cool. Back to the phone at hand. Alright, so it's June 2nd. Tomorrow, Monday the 27th is when I put my SIM card in here. I've had the device for longer than that, but I didn't use it with my daily driver of the SIM card until Monday. So, it's 9:13 p.m. I'm going to switch back to my Note9, my Note9 Case. Just because I got some phone calls tomorrow, and I want to use this headphone jack. And, of course, I want to get... the Note9 is always my favorite phone. I have the Pixel 3a XL as well, but I prefer the Note9 to everything. And so I want to see, but I'm really liking the OnePlus 7 Pro. So I want to immediately switch to the Note9 so I can get a good representation of it. And I have some phone calls tomorrow morning, so I'd rather have the headphone jack so I can put the headset on. You can still do it here, but it's a pain in the ass. 1 week with it, essentially. The screen is pretty much gorgeous, right? Normally, Samsung phones are the king of screens. I don't know that it's necessarily better than the Samsung, but it's definitely on par with Samsung. And I will say, it's very noticeable. I didn't think I would notice it, but the way this goes to edge-to-edge screen versus the little bit of bezel that's on the Samsung, I've come to really like this. I have the S10 Plus, which is what I'm recording this on now, and that little pill camera thing annoys the hell out of me. When I had the OnePlus 6T, the little teardrop didn't really bother me, but this is extraordinary. This is what you want, right? So this is what we should do going forward. This full screen phone like this, the large size, the AMOLED, the 90 hertz, it's pretty good looking, right? It's just an all around great phone. I don't really give a shit about the pop-up camera. I've used it once or twice, but I'm not really a selfie kind of guy, so I can't really tell you how good the pictures are. The rear camera I've taken plenty of pictures with, and it seems just fine. I haven't noticed any problems with it. I will say, as I've noted, I have the S10 Plus, I have the Note9, I have the OnePlus 7 Pro, and the Pixel 3a XL. I'm going to be selling the S10 Plus. OnePlus has had this problem. Huawei used to have this problem. The OnePlus 6T had the big problem where sometimes, not consistently, not all the time, I think it's a battery optimization issue, but sometimes you won't get notifications. Like, see Samsung, I got 28 notifications just chilling on this thing that I haven't checked yet. Sometimes, so I have all these phones all set up the same, essentially same apps on them. And sometimes I won't have a notification on here that will have on other devices. Again, not consistently. It's not bad enough to make a deal breaker, but it does happen. So you can see I've been setting it up. I use a little parking location service just when I parked in the airport. It worked fine. Have my work email. I hit this button to go to Google, right? I've been using all their apps. Their gallery app, I think, is pretty good. I've used their pictures on Instagram. I'll put this bottle of wine up on there. Everything's been pretty solid with it. I don't have any complaints other than that notification issue, but the phone itself has been pretty good. Battery lasts pretty good. I'm still not gonna lie. I mean, warp charge is pretty impressive. I'm gonna plug it in here so you can see this cool little animation you get. Warp charging. Maybe because it was recording the screen, it wouldn't work. So let's try it again. There you go, that animation. How cool is that? And I've had no problems with the fingerprint sensor, right? I mean, I'm at a weird angle, so that's not the good. But anytime I'm holding it in my hand, it's boom. Works like a charm. I would say better than the S10 Plus. Obviously, the sensor is better, but the S10 Plus doesn't work as good as the... I mean, the S10 Plus has the more impressive ultrasonic fingerprint versus the optical, but it's been pretty much fine. Phone calls have been fine. I think I took some screenshots. If you watched my Google Pixel 3a XL video, the screen calls were... I was using a wired headset. I was using these Google adapters since they don't include a headphone adapter in the box like some jerks. And it's worked fine for audio, and the wired headset worked. This is an okay button layout. The Google Pixel 3a XL phone layout I like better than the Samsung and the OnePlus. I will say call quality has been okay. Been no problems there. I haven't had a problem with any of the speeds, but so I will say I made a speed test video and it looked like this guy had better speed tests. But I took it to LA where I'd previously been with my Note 9. I didn't get bad reception. I just felt like I got better reception when I had my Note 9 previously. As far as like speed tests in a hotel, in an office building, all these things, they weren't bad. But I remember this one was blowing the doors off with speed. So even though when I did the speed test at home, I was getting better speeds on here, I just felt like I was getting better speeds on the Note 9 when I had it. Speed of the phone, the fluidity of it, OnePlus is pretty stellar. I mean, it's kind of smoking pretty much everything. Even more than the Pixel, better than the Note 9, better than the S10. It's just no question the OnePlus 7 Pro is the best speed-wise of using the actual phone. Also used on the airplane. I had no problem with Wi-Fi calling, sending text messages. I had no problem getting the Wi-Fi hotspots. I will say Samsung and Google have it built in like Wi-Fi protection. You gotta pay for Samsung's, but I kind of missed that here when I had to get on like I didn't have to use it, but if I wanted, like I travel for work, if I need to use this to get on someone's Wi-Fi, I like that little protection you get with the Samsung or Google's built-in service that you don't get when you use a OnePlus. Or at least I don't think you get it. What else we got? Bluetooth audio. I had this problem with the OnePlus 6T as well. I use these AKG headphones. I got them with the Note 9 when it came out. Samsung has always had, to me, superior audio in a headset fashion. Pixel I didn't have any problems with. Sounded pretty good. Samsung is always that next level for me. This guy, even though it has these Dolby Atmos settings, you can change these. I don't think they always sound weird. Like it doesn't sound good. I usually set it to none or something like that, right? The earphone mode, not that. So I don't know. I wasn't crazy about it. I remember when I had the OnePlus 6T, I even posted on the Android Central forum, I thought something wrong with the Bluetooth sound because it sounded like shit. Yeah, I thought my headphones were blown out at first. Again, that's just another nod to the cap of Samsung. Their audio quality has always been superior for me. This guy though, screen and gorgeous. Typing on it has been a joy. The haptic feedback is fantastic. I've taken lots of pictures. I'll post some of those there. The Notes app works fine. All my apps run fine. I don't have any problems with them. I love the vertical scrolling drawer. That's one of my complaints when I go to Samsung. Samsung's pretty customizable, but they don't let you have a vertical drawer, which I find annoying. I wish you could make your app icons bigger. You can see how big I make them with Samsung. I got big hands. It's a big phone, the big screen. I should be able to make those bigger, right? I have been using this little gesture nav thing. I tried it on both Samsung and the Pixel. Forces you to use it. I like the Pixels better than all of them. Because Pixel, you just swipe up anywhere and it takes you there. Here, you have to be on the home screen, so, well, maybe you don't. Alright, well, maybe I was wrong. This one seems to work fine. I mean, that's the gesture stuff. I'm still getting used to it. I don't mind it. I do kind of like the Pixel implementation better, but it's not bad at all. Screen light says great. Now it has the blue light around this nighttime mode, right? So we'll get a little pop if I turn that off. Auto brightness has been much better. Usually Samsung, for me, is the only one that knows how to do auto brightness properly, but this has been much better. The 6T was shit. I just turned it off, but I've had it on here and it works pretty good. Not terrible. It's just, I'm a long-time Samsung fan, so it's hard to see. I like the text messaging app. It's pretty good. I like being able to change. This is Chrome. You can just edit that. Right, you can change the logo to whatever you want, right? I can make it the download icon if I want. But it still takes me to Chrome, right? So that's pretty neat. I like these neat little features they add on here. Although I usually use that one that I have there, right? This little button is nice, I guess. This little change in because I was in meetings the other day and it was nice to be able to turn that to silent and just know it's on, right? I've used the flashlight, it works fine. Battery life, I've been impressed with. It's pretty solid battery life. Warp charger is a beast. It's insane how fast that is. I'm still annoyed at no wireless charging. I know I can just plug it in, but my life has been so Samsung and Moto Z's that have the wireless charging back and just wireless charging phones out the wazoo. And I have wireless chargers all over my house. I have it by my bed, on my side, my wife's side. I have it next to my recliner. I have it next to my office area. So I can always just drop it on a wireless charger and be fine. Obviously, none of them are as fast as this warp charger, but I don't want to replace all of those just because this guy doesn't. I don't want to buy all new warp chargers. It's going to be a fortune. Alarms have been fine. I've used the alarm clock. That's how I live off of this thing, right? Instagram, I've used a lot. Pictures with this, they've all seemed fine. I don't see any problems. So warp charger is pretty stellar. Like, I don't charge it at night. I just leave it by my bed. Usually I plug it into the warp charger when I'm in the shower. By the time I come out, it's pretty much done. There's no question this is the next generation of greatness, I guess. It's whatever magic they have in these friends. It's very impressive, but still needs wireless charging and it still needs a headphone jack. There's no reason you can't put that in there when Samsung does all that, right? Battery life has been fine. The reception's been fine. Like I said, I just thought I was getting faster speeds when I was running a speed test on this guy in California versus when I ran them on this guy. Now again, it's been a month or so since I was there, so something may have happened in the area, but not even in the building, you know. Oh yeah, I got rid of that stupid OnePlus widget because it doesn't work very well, and I just use the Google widget, which I like. I've gotten used to using the Google Calendar. I still prefer Samsung's calendar much more. Same thing on Notes. I use their Notes, but I prefer Samsung's Notes. The camera I like. I haven't any problems with it. Using Pocket Cast, everything, you know, everything's fine. All my apps, like I said, no problem. I use this for my business phone for a week now on a business trip. No complaints. It worked great. Like I said, I've had several phones that didn't work great on airplanes, and this guy had no problem with it. It worked like a champ. I was sending text messages. No qualms. That's enough for now. I'm gonna swap this and go to bed. I might add on to the video tomorrow. But for now, now my SIM card's in there. I'm gonna take the SIM card out, and I'll follow up maybe tomorrow. All right. Thanks for checking me out. I should mention this carbon case is the best case I've ever used in my entire life. I love the one on 6D. I just love this carbon. OnePlus technically makes it. I don't know if they have someone they outsource to make them, but they're the best cases. Like, it's thin but still sturdy and protective. It doesn't really leave fingerprints. It feels good to the hand. I would love to have one of those cases for my Note 9. This is the bee's knees. The clear case that comes with it is pretty solid, so if you don't have the extra coin, you don't have to up for this. But if you can get this, there's that OnePlus link in my description. You can get yourself a little discount. Case is excellent. I absolutely love it, and I wish I had this case on every phone that I have. By far, one of my favorite cases I've used of all time. Samsung used to make these super thin cases for the S7 and maybe even the S8, but this case, as far as a protective case, it's just the best. It's hard to explain. I mean, it just feels good, smooth. It's not slippery. I feel like it offers ample protection. It looks cool. It looks different than most things out there. And it's just a stellar case all around. So, top notch on the case, OnePlus. Thanks. All right, just making a quick video to follow up. It's now been a week since I said I was switching. I switched to my Note 9, which I'm recording this on. I sold my S10 Plus. Like I said, I spent a week with the Note 9 because previously that was my barometer for top quality phones. I'm about to go on a week business trip, and I'm going to use the Pixel because I haven't used it on the trip yet. So I want to see how it handles the travel. The OnePlus 7 Pro, I'm going to take on my vacation the week after my business trip. So I used this for a week. So I went from Pixel to OnePlus 7 Pro, back to Note 9, now the Pixel, and then I'll be back on OnePlus 7 Pro. The point of this part is, the Note has always been my barometer for perfection, and I have to say, I think the screen is better on the Note 9. Not the Note 9, on the OnePlus 7 Pro. The screen's better, the phone's faster. It made the Note 9 feel almost laggy. So they just got to figure out the audio quality thing for Bluetooth, and as long as they can fix the notifications, which I haven't been noticing any problem with it lately. I also just put an Android Auto head unit in my Jeep, so I'll be using that with this, but then next week I'll be interested to see how this works with Android Auto. Actually, I'll take that back. I used this when I was on my business trip with this guy. I used Android Auto and it worked fine in a rental car. So yeah, right now the OnePlus 7 Pro is one of my front runners. I still miss wireless charging, and I still miss a headphone jack. I have headphones in right now to record this section of the video. The Pixel obviously has a headphone jack up here. You can't see it, but it's there. I remember when the OnePlus 6T was out, it had an update to fix audio issues, and this one's had a couple updates so far just to fix various issues. So I feel good about this phone. I'm not sending it back. I'm not selling it. Like I said, I sold the S10, so I'm down to just these 3 phones. If the Pixel can hang on my business trip, then I'll stay in a steady rotation of swapping these phones in and out. But every time I pick up the OnePlus 7 Pro just to mess with it, I think, wow, that screen looks much better than these other devices. If you watched my Pixel video, I said every time I picked up my Note 9, I was reminded how much better the Note 9 screen was. And now, the OnePlus 7 Pro is by far the best screen. I also recorded a video with this. We'll see how that turns out. But overall, like I said, I think thumbs up. This phone's pretty solid. I saw Painfully Honest Tech had a video and they said it was kind of boring. I can see that a little bit, but it's still a pretty sweet phone. Alright, thanks for checking me out. We still need always on display, see how annoying that is. But other than that, still pretty, you won't be disappointed, I don't think, if you get this phone. Alright, thanks for checking me out.